and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you're new, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Emily. In today's video, I'm going to be doing this look here. So this look, I have actually gone for like a winter wonderland. Yes, if you live in Australia, we are in spring now. It's only been what's the date? The 5th. It's been 5 days into spring, and today's degrees heat is ridiculous. It is like 34 degrees where I am, and it's nuts considering 5 days ago it was like 22 degrees. So big jump, but I have gone for a winter wonderland look today. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for me because it means the absolute world to me, and we'll jump straight into the video. So, as you guys can see, I've sort of already gone in and done the brows, but the reason they're already done is because I did have work this morning. So, when I go to work, I always do my brows and my mascara, and that's it. I don't wear makeup to work because I don't need to impress anyone at work. So, the brows are sort of already done. I'm going to go in and just reline them again. So, what I use for my brows, I use this brush. It is just a simple brush from BYS. Before I start, actually, I should mention that some of my products, actually majority of my products are all just drugstore brands. So I use a lot of BYS, I use a lot of Rimmel London, you know, just cheap brands. There's only a few things that I've got in more like your high-end makeup brands, but I like to use the cheap stuff. So what I go in with is this little brush from BYS, so it's just a nice little angled brush. So I go in with that one. Excuse my hand, that was, I don't know what that was. And then I go in with this brow definition kit. Now this one is from, I think this one's, yeah, Rimmel London. I can sort of just see the outline of it all, but that's it there. And then I get those little brushes. I don't really use the little brushes on the inside because I don't need to, but I use this little one here. So this one here is like the pomade, so I use that one, and I don't really use the powder at all just because I use a different powder. So I'm just going to go in and just reline my brows with this one. Alright, so the brows are lined. Then I go in with the powder. Now this powder is from BYS. It's a brow definition kit. So this is it here. As you can see, this is mainly two colors that I use. So I use this lighter brown, and I use that just at the front of my brow, and then I also use this darker brown one here, more for like the middle and like the ends of my brows. And then I do go in with the black. I don't know if you can see, but the black is sort of just used, and I go in and I use that one just on the ends of my brows just to darken it up a little bit, just because I do have quite dark hair and I don't want like really light brows with dark hair because that kind of looks a bit weird. But I go on with this brush here. So this is just another angled brush. Now this brush I actually bought off Wish. I bought like a whole heap of brushes off Wish, and they're really, really good. They actually are really good. So I use this one. So I usually go in and I just get all the excess color off, because I don't really want to be coloring in the fronts of my brows with the dark color, because that'll just make it look a bit weird. So I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to recolor over the top of this. And then I'm going to go in with the dark brown, and I'm just going to go over the ends. Oh, holy shit, that was so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. Whoops. Pardon me. Alright, now that that's done, I'm going to go on with some primer. So this primer is the Stay Matte one from Rimmel London. I love this primer. I use it all the time. And it's even better when you see it on special, so I always get quite a few of them when they're on special. Just might as well save myself some moolah while I can. I'm just going to rub that into my lids with my finger, and I'm just going to pop some on my forehead too. And I just rub it in with my fingers. I don't use a brush. I used to use this brush here for it, but it's sort of just, I don't know, it's sort of just I didn't like it, so I stopped using it. So I just want to make sure that I'm getting right above my brows, well, not right above, but you know, as close as I can get. In with my concealer. So the concealer that I use is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Now I swear by this. If anyone has not tried it, please do, because it is actually a really good concealer. I used to use one from Princess Polly. I forget what brand it was called, but I used to use that one, and that one was actually really, really good for a cheap price. I think it was only like $12 or something. When did I get this? Oh, so I go in with this little brush here. So I've already put the concealer on top of this little brush. So I go in with this one. It's just a nice little flat brush. And I just dab it on the top of the little... And I just go and outline my brows just to make sure that they're given a nice even look. I'm just going in with a little smaller mirror just because I find it easier if I'm looking straight up and doing it. Alright, so I'm just going to go in and I'm going to do the other eyebrow, and I will be right back. Alright, so the brows are complete. So the next step for me, I go in and I use concealer just to base my eyes for my eyeshadow. I then go in with just a blending sponge. Now my blending sponge is quite disgusting. I do have a new one. I just haven't opened it yet, so please ignore it. I go in with, I own these two. So they are from e.l.f. It's just a Matte Magic Mist and Set, so it sets your face. They're really cheap. I think they're only like $8. And I use an empty bottle and fill it with water. It's nearly empty. Oh, sorry, excuse me. It's nearly empty, so I have to fill it up. I do have a water bottle right here, so. And I just spray it straight onto, and I'm just going to blend this out on my eye. I'm probably going to wet that a bit more just because it's not wet enough in my opinion. And we're going to blend. Oh, I feel like there's something in my eye. I hate that. Now the next step that I like to do is I go in with Stay Matte powder. It is from Rimmel London. It's just this one here in the shade Transparent. And I just go in with this brush here. This brush is from e.l.f. It's just a nice little blending brush. So I just go in with that one. I need to get rid of that off my hand because that looks disgusting. So I just go in with that one and I just go straight in over the top, and I just like to set it. I know some people don't like to set their concealer or their base for their eyeshadow, but personally I do. I just feel like the eyeshadow blends better around it. So the next step is of course eyeshadow. Now I'm going in with this Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival palette from Stacey Marie. Now it is actually the best palette. I got it for my birthday last year in October. Oh, wait for it. So this palette is amazing. The colors in it are absolutely amazing. The pigmentation in it is really well as well. Really well. It's really good as well. So I use this palette pretty much for a lot of my stuff. I do have other palettes, but this one's just got so many colors, so many varieties, and my birthday is coming up again, so I have asked for the extra large palette, which I am very excited for. I hope I get it, because if not, I'll just end up buying it myself. So I'm gonna go in with this little brush here. So as you can see, it's just like a nice little, hello. So as you can see, it's just like a nice little flat brush. So first thing that I like to do is I like to actually go in and underline my brow first, just because if I don't do that and I line it after, it just looks so silly. It just makes it look like it's just this white line straight across here, and then like my eyeshadow has like a cut in it. So I'm gonna go straight in and I'm just gonna do that one. I might zoom you guys in as well for this one, just so it's a bit easier. Alright, so I'm just gonna go straight in, and I'm gonna go straight in under my brow, and I'm just going to put some powder on there. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm going in with the shade Moony, so it's this one right here. So I'm going to go in with that shade, and I'm just going to underline my brows with it. Now the next step that I like to do is I like to go on with this metallic eyeshadow from Australis. It is the Amy Whitehouse. And I just like to go on with this little brush here. So this is one of the brushes that I got from Wish. So I just like to go on with this little one here. So it's just a nice little flat brush, and I go on with the eyeshadow, and I just like to take a tiny bit onto my brush. I don't so much smear it across. I sort of just dab it on there, because I don't really want to have big white lines, so that way it's sort of just adding that little bit more oomph. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to go in with the eyeshadow. So I'm going to go in with the shade Sky, which is this blue one just over here. Just dabbing it straight onto this brush. So that is going to be like the base one. So we'll go straight in and do that one. Sorry for looking at the camera up here. I'm so not used to looking at myself. I really got to get used to it. Alright, so we're going to go straight in and do that one. Yep, and we're just going to go in and do the other eye. So I'm just going in, I'm just going to put some more of that sky blue color. I'm just going to darken it that little bit more, just to give it that bit more pigmentation. So as you guys can see, these colors are quite pigmented. I mean, we've only done one color, but so far they're pretty damn pigmented. So we've already gone in and we've done the top of the base color. So we're going to go in and we're going to go in with a deeper blue, which is this blue one down the bottom here. And we're just going to darken up the inner parts. Oh my god, I put a lot on there. Okay, so we've got the darker color on in there, so I'm going to go back in with the lighter sky blue color, and I'm just going to pop it over the top of the very top half of the eyeshadow, just to make sure it's all blending, it's not all the dark color. I just look like I've been fucking beaten and bashed, honestly. The next thing's next. I'm going to go in with this little brush here. So it is still like a thicker one, but it's more shaped flat. I can't even describe half these things, but it's fine. And I'm going to go on with the color Recharge. So it's still a blue color. So that's the color Recharge. So that's the one that I'm going to be going in with. Whoops. And I just want to... What the shit is that? Oh yeah. Yeah. I see where it's going. I see how that's working. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with this brush, and I'm just going to darken up the edges. So I feel like this is more of like a metallic color. It's not really a shiny, glittery one. Okay, so the outside of the eyeshadow is done. I know right now at this very point in time it probably looks a bit gross, but hopefully it won't look like that for much longer. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go in with my concealer, and I'm just going to conceal my lid and make a bit of a cut crease. So I'm just going to go back in with my little concealer brush. Oh my god, look at my hand. I'm like a smurf. I'm going to go in with my concealing brush and my Shape Tape concealer. And I'm just going to make a cut crease for myself. This may be a bit hard because there's blue everywhere, but we'll see how we go. Okay, so I've gone in and I've done a little tiny cut crease. It is not neat at all, so don't judge me. Just kidding. It's not neat at all, but it's sort of just like a little outline for now. And then I'm just going to go in and do the other eye. Alright, so I've done half cut creases. Yes is a bit at the moment, but that's okay. It'll look so much better when we're done. I feel like your makeup always looks like gross when you first start out, and then once you're done you're like, oh my god, it looks so much better than I thought. So the next step, I'm going to go in and I'm going to use this Australis one, and I'm going to use my little brush again. Now this time I am actually like dipping it in to the eyeshadow, and I'm going to put it straight on over the top of my concealer. Alright, so what I've done is I've actually just gone in and I've just sort of blended the white eyeshadow from Australis into the blue. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back in with the blue, and I'm just going to deepen up the sides. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in with a lighter blue, which is the sky blue. And I'm just going to dab that one on here. And just blend that in with the darker blue. Perfect. Now I'm just going to go in and do the other side, and I will be right back. The next thing I might do is I'm going to put some liquid liner on. Now lately I haven't actually been wearing liquid liner, but I'm going to for today's look just because. Yeah, I will. The liner that I use is, it's called Sex Kitten. It is from Tarte. This is it. It's even got a little cat head. So cute. Alright, so I have gone in and I have done the one eyeliner. I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the other eye, and I will come right back. Alright, so I have gone in and I have done the eyeliner. I did not want to do too big of a liner just because I don't want it to take over the eyeshadow look. So I'm going to zoom you guys back out. I'm going to go straight into the face. Alright, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the face. I'm actually going to get a makeup wipe. And I'm just going to clean up the eyeshadow along the edges. Alright, so I've cleaned all that up. So the first step is to go in with some primer. Just have to take my nose piercing out because I forget it every time. Alright, now I'm just going to rub this into my face. Alright, so primer is officially done. So the next step for me is to put some foundation on. So the foundation that I am using today is from Tarte. It is the Tarte Shape Tape Matte one in the shade Light Sand. So what I do with this one is I literally just paint it onto my face. Now, I don't like to paint it everywhere first. I gotta mow. I don't like to paint it everywhere first just because I find that it actually dries and then you can't really maneuver it around. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and my water, and I've just sprayed the top of that, and I'm just going to blend this around my face. Making sure I get underneath the chin. Now I like to make sure that I have got like my double chin, so I usually like to just go and do like a little mini yawn, just open my mouth, just like that, so then you can, this part sort of rolls up, the little under chin. Alright, so my face is done. Yes, my face looks so white right now, but let's not talk about that. I really just think it is partially the lighting. Oh, let's not do that. Yeah, so I really think it is partially because of the lighting, but that's okay. we can fix that. It's not actually like that white in person. It kind of just, I don't know what's going on. Anyways, next step, I go in with my concealer, and I like to put that straight in under my eyes, and then I pop it on the bridge of my nose, above my lip, and then on my chin. Now I may have to open up a new one because this one is quite empty. Plop some onto my face there, and I'm going to wet my beauty blender again and mush that one in there. The thing I like about the Tarte one is you can spread it out and you can literally blend it in so easy. I really overestimated how much concealer I needed. Like, look at that. Okay, Emily. Okay, so usually I wouldn't put concealer up in the middle part of my forehead, but I did today just because I used a lot more concealer than I needed to by accident. So the next step I like to do is I go in with the Rimmel London Match Perfect Silky Loose Face Powder in the shade Transparent. So that is, oh, upside down. That's it there. So I like to use that one for baking under my eyes, on top of all my concealer. I go in with this little beauty blender, and yes, this one is kind of disgusting too, but let's not talk about that. And I do just like to spray it a little bit just so that the powder sort of sticks to it a bit better. And then I just dip it into the powder and I go straight in on top. Now my main focus on doing this is making sure that I'm getting in these little creases under my eyes, because yes, I have wrinkles. I hate it. I need Botox in my life, but I'm too poor. Okay, so now that I have gone in and I have baked my concealer, I like to go in with the powder. So for powder, I do use Australis powder, the Fresh and Flawless one. Now I've got two colors here. So I've got deep natural and medium tan. So the medium tan one I do use for like when I have a fake tan, because it is quite a darker color. I am running out. Oops. And then the deep natural one I use just for every day. Now I don't have a tan on at the moment. I'm doing one tonight because I'm going away this weekend. But I think I'm going to use both just because I feel like it looks better when you have darker face. Like, so I go in with this brush. Now this brush is from Nude, just this little one here. So I go in and I dip that one in and I just pat that one on the parts of my face that don't have concealer. Now I am needing a new powder, just because this powder actually gives me really bad flashback. I don't know if anyone else has found that, but I actually thought it was a foundation. Turns out it's a powder. So I do need a new powder. So if you guys have any recommendations, please drop them in the comments below. And I also do like really full coverage ones. So if you have full coverage or just even medium to full coverage, that helps. So I'm now going in with the darker color, just to darken up my face a little bit. Now the next step that I like to do is I go in and I do my contour. So this contour I recently just bought from Priceline. It is the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette. So this is it right here. So I like to use that one. So with this one, I like to go in with this one here and this one. Mainly this one with the touch of that one, just because that one is quite orange and it kind of looks like my bronzer, and I don't really want to have just bronzer packed on bronzer because it's a bit So So I'm just going to go in and do my contour. Now, I like to start from the top and work my way down, and I like to do it just a little bit above my cheekbone, just to make it look like my cheekbones are raised up a little bit more. That's just my personal preference. Then I just go in and I do the sides of my nose just to contour my nose. And then I just go in and I do underneath my jawline just to sort of contour that a little bit more. And bring it down the neck too. Alright, now I like to go, oh, I didn't let you guys know what brush I used for that one. I'm so sorry. So the brush that I use for my contour is this little one. Well, actually it's a big one right here. Now this brush is from Steffens, so it is sort of like a, it's not really an angled brush or anything. It's just more of a flatter brush, I guess, that ways. It's not so much a rounder one, it's more of a flatter one, and that's the one that I like to use in on my contour. Now for my bronzer, I do use the natural bronzer from Rimmel London. Now the lid is a bit wonky and I do have a few loose pieces floating around in there, but that's okay. And then the brush that I use is this one. Now this one I got a while ago. I don't remember where I got it from, but it's got like little orange bristles, so I thought little orange bristles for some orangey bronzer would be nice. So I'm just going to go in with that one and I just sort of lightly tap it in there and shake off any excess, and then I go in. Alright, so now that I have done that, I'm going to go in and I'm going to take off this baking stuff. Now I go in with this one, which is what I use for my Stay Matte one from Rimmel London. So I'm just going to wipe it off like so. So when I do this, it sort of does leave like a bit of, you know, difference between them all. So I like to go in with my powder brush and I like to just blend it out quite a bit along the edges along here between my contour and my whatsy. My face looks so much whiter in the camera than what it does down here. Like I look down here and I'm like, damn, and then I look up here and I'm like, oh, you're a ghost. Now I like to go in with the Stay Matte powder again, this one, and I like to go in with this little brush. Now this is just a cheap one from Cosmetics Plus, which you can buy at Westfields. You can probably even buy these at Kmart, I'm pretty sure, but this one I got from Cosmetics Plus, and it is really, really good for taking product off and onto your face. So I like to just do this underneath my eyes just to sort of brighten them up a little bit, just make them a little bit more oomphed. And then I just like to go under the contour just to sharpen it up more as well. Now that that's done, I like to go in with some blush. Now because I'm doing a blue winter wonderland look, I'm not going to do too much blush, but I like to use this one from Tarte. This one from Tarte. So I just go in with this little angled brush. Now this one, it says Artist Manicure, so I think it's the same brand as the eyelash brand, that Manicure one. Yeah, Manicure. So this is a brush here, and it's just a nice little angled one. I've already put some blush on there, and I just tap it up, and I just go at the top here and brush it upwards so that it's not like a big ball sitting there on my little cheeks. Perfect. Now the next step I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in and I'm just going to do the corners here of the eyeshadow. So I am going to go back in with my Australis. So I'm going to go back in with my little brush and my Australis powder, and I'm just going to do the corners, the inner corners here. I feel if you do that and you sort of bring it out a bit more, it makes your eyes pop and makes them a lot bigger, or look a lot bigger. So I'm going to go back in, I'm going to do the underneath part of the eyeshadow. So I'm going to use this little brush here. So this little brush is from Revlon. So it is a blending brush. Now I actually did buy 2 new brushes. That's a color correcting brush from Tarte. And then, oh, this one I bought from Holy Grail because they had a online sale. And I bought this one from them. It is the crease brush, which I haven't used yet, but I'm actually quite excited to use. It feels so soft. And blah, 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 blah. So I'm gonna go in with this one. So this is a crease blending brush. So this color here is the mint green one. So I'm gonna go in with that one, and I'm going to go in underneath my eyes. The thing that's so hard about this brush is the fact that it's so soft when you move it. So then when you move it, the eyeshadow flicks up into your eye. So my eyeshadow underneath is on. Now next I'm going to go in with the sky blue one, and I'm just going to pop that lightly over the top. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in with this white liner again, and I am just going to draw on some little snowflakes because it is a Wonderland one. Alright everyone, so this is the finished makeup look. I am really sorry about that. So my camera battery actually died and I was running out of time. So this is the finished look. I have gone in, I have popped some beautiful little snowflakes in here, and I've added some glitter. So obviously for these snowflakes I have gone in and I have used your NYX white liner. Now I've gone in and I've just put some of this glitter on, so it's just some really nice white glitter that sort of like is like different colors when you, it's really fine too. So I have gone in and I have done that one. Now I got this just from like the bargain central place, like $2, not even $2 for the packet. And then I have also gone in and I have added some little gems, little diamantes to the bigger ones. Now I got these just from the same place that I got the glitter, so Bargain Central. And then I have gone in and I have put this lipstick on from Australis. Now I haven't actually used this in a while, and I was sort of like looking like, oh, what lipstick should I use, blah 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 blah, but I found this one, so I thought that I would use it. So it is in the shade Paris. So it is this one here from Australis. And then I have gone over the top of that with this metal matte lipstick from Kylie Cosmetics in the shade Hair. And it is this one here. So this is officially the finished look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so sorry about the battery dying. I do need to go buy another one, which I will get around to very soon. But I'm really happy with the turnout. It looks quite nice. Give you guys a bit of a close-up. Get my mirror out the way. So this is the finished makeup look with some snowflakes either side. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up because it means the absolute world to me, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.